Hey guys, what's going on? Darrell Addison at Torpedopot.com. Darrell Addison at Torpedopot.com. And you're looking at my harvest, my fall harvest, where we're growing hundreds of peas. Kale that is out of proportion, that I've got to cut back and put some fresh new kale in there, some seeds. Hundreds of peas that are growing, and as you can see, they're flowering right now. They're starting to produce the pods. And it's amazing to watch them, to see them grow. Most of you haven't even touched the ground yet. Not us at Torpedopot. We're taking off and we're growing so much food that I don't think any one person can eat it all. It's amazing. And of course you got flowers, but the focus is going to be on the peas and the, wow, and the kale. It's amazing. Who can grow over 100 pea pods in a planter with kale? Harvest them both at the same time. That's amazing. So that's the first, right? A planter that does the kale and the peas at the same time. Torpedopot does. It grows multiple types of vegetables at the same time. Kale can now grow with your peas, and your Scots kale can also grow with your Bates kale. Or red Russian kale, excuse me. And they're just all so beautiful. Really something to think about, how Torpedopot can grow your food. Everything in this planter is edible. All I do is walk up to it, grab it, and eat it. Darrell Addison, Torpedopot.com, where we make self-growing planters that grows your food for you. I don't have to worry about using any synthetic fertilizers and vegetables, or any synthetic and eating them. I don't have to worry about using any synthetic chemicals to grow them. The Torpedopot does a great job of trying to do it about as natural as you can ever find it. So these peas are growing and they look amazing. I was hoping I'd get more light to show you, but I love what I'm saying. The first one that jumps off, if you see one, please let me know. Please let me know. Because this is what I want. I want this. I want this. So I'm going to come back and harvest some of this so I can carry it inside. The question is, do I now wait for the peas or just take some whole plants out and just eat them, put them in for flavoring or whatever I need to do? What I probably would do is just taking the kale, because it's growing so tall now. It's unbelievably tall, as well as gorgeous. Unbelievably. So this is what my hand looks like. It's just nothing. This is really, really tall. This is really, 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 really tall. It's a tall plant. So normally when I'm growing for the leaves, I allow the leaves to grow. What I do is that the tips are edible. All you do is pop the tip off at any time. You can crunch it and eat it. It's delicious. As a matter of fact, I never let them get to tips like this. I just have gotten so lazy that I've let them come to a head like this and to produce flowers and everything else. So, but normally I don't do that. I pop them off early and I use them in my foods. But my food is growing so fast now, I have no control over what's going on. And so I have to get a better means of managing my food, or else I'm going to end up with situations like this, where you get a lot of growth and it ages and you don't want it to age. You want to continue to put that energy back into the leaves by plucking off the tops of them. So, Darrell Addison, Torpedopot.com. So that's what's going to happen with the kale. Normally, before the heads, when I pluck the heads off, it allows it to push more energy to the leaves, push out the leaves. But in this case, it just went right to perfection, and that is to produce seed. So I'm going to cut it back. And some of these are tough, which will be the lower parts of the plant, and some will be extremely tender, which will be the top parts of the plant. So I'm going to cut the top parts off, and I'm going to use them in a soup and with some other things. And the bottom ones, what I do is that I'll cook them down and use the flavoring from the greens inside of my food. I'll pluck the leaves. I use them either in my salads, or I can cook them as a saute, which I normally do. Pluck all the leaves, saute it down, and get a nice good meal out of them with some rice or quinoa, whatever you choose to do. Darrell Addison, Torpedopot.com. Darrell Addison, Torpedopot.com. where we make self-growing planters that grow your food for you. The pea plant is an interesting, different animal. We put about 100 pea pods inside of this planter to use them for, first of all, microgreens. Okay, they grew so fast that I couldn't get there fast enough to use them for microgreens, so I'm letting them go to pod. And yeah, I still want to eat them so badly. I just go and I just pluck 3 or 4 off, and they're still growing, and they're still just absolutely delicious. And I just pluck them off and eat them, you know, because I want them to go to head. I wanted to get the snow peas out of this. That's what I want. I want these pods to start growing, because when you get the pods, they are amazing. They're so sweet. The pods are so enjoyable. You would really like the pods. It's absolutely enjoyable. And as you can see now, they're going through their flowering, and they're doing just dandy, just good. Darryl Addison at Torpedopot.com, where we make self-growing plants that grows your food for you. You no longer have to grow your plants anymore. Torpedopot does it for you. All you do is walk up to the planter, drop seeds in, and walk away. If you want to tend to it, and if you're condensing it in a particular area, yes, you can add 3-12-12 solution to it, organic solution. But otherwise than that, I wouldn't do anything besides that. Darryl Addison, Torpedopot.com, Darryl Addison, Torpedopot.com.